so I can't start without saying go Astros. I have to honor what needs honored here. Thank you, Gina. So I want to piggyback a little bit from the song that we got earlier about running, and I really want to leave you today with an illustration of what it is that this organization does for our community. And what they do is, if you can imagine this entire room of women participating in a marathon. Usually a marathon has a midpoint that we're all waiting for if we're running in it, that serves as the place where we get renourished a little bit, our bodies get rehydrated, our minds get back on track. And that's really what the Women's Fund does here in Houston for a lot of our girls and our women. They provide a little bit of extra nourishment and just that little extra twist on your mind so that you can finish the race with endurance. I did not have this growing up. Like Gina said, my adolescence was pretty ugly. It was very complicated, and it was not fun. I was in a third world country when both my parents abandoned me for different reasons. And little things like enrolling yourself in a school when you don't have an adult become a real challenge. Other things like covering my basic needs, such as food, were a real challenge for me as well. One time, I specifically remember going into a grocery store and stealing baby food because it was little, so it was easy. And at my worst and probably my lowest and most shameful moment, in one occasion, I sold drugs so I could get money, so I could buy food. So, thank you. I was never the pretty girl or the smart girl or the girl that had anything to offer. In fact, I was probably the girl that your parents warned you about and told you not to be friends with. I felt very worthless and was broken and was discarded. And I wish that I could tell you that my story is unique to me. But having worked in our community as a teacher and a counselor now for over 15 years, I can tell you that my story repeats itself every day in our community, in areas very close to where we live, in very large numbers. One particular case that I remember and that the Women's Fund really came in and rescued was in one of the schools I was a counselor at. I was hired to be their part-time counselor 2 days a week, and I was to serve 600 students. So it was an impossible task from the get-go. I went to my community and I found the Women's Fund because I needed somebody to fill in the gap for me. They came alongside me. They were immediately on board. They brought their WAM program to our school, the 10-week program that builds those health foundation skills and some self-esteem and healthy relationship pieces in a safe environment. It was during one of these sessions that one of our girls disclosed that she was being sexually abused at home, and the perpetrator was her father. They were later referred to CPS, and he was removed from their home, and I can tell you without a doubt, I would have not been able to do that had they not been there. Unlike my own life, that young girl was rescued and was saved because of the Women's Fund and their presence in our school. There's about 615,000 girls under the age of 19 in Houston, so there's a lot of ground to cover, and there's a lot of girls that are living lives like the life that I lived, so there's a lot of girls that need the Women's Fund. But for the purposes of today, I want to extend a thank you, a personal thank you, to the organization and the donors that have participated. Because of you, every girl that gets to be served by their programming gets to walk away knowing that they are not forgotten, that they're not forsaken, and that they have not been abandoned by their community. Thank you.